Have you ever noticed how a woman can act like she's completely over you? Like she's unfazed, untouched, unbothered? She walks past you like you never existed. Her texts slow down. Her tone turns cold, and suddenly, the warmth that once lit up your days disappears. You start questioning yourself. Did she ever care? Was it all fake? But here's the truth that most men never understand. When a woman pretends she doesn't care, it's not because she's indifferent. It's because she does care, but her ego won't let her show it. Her silence isn't strength, it's a strategy. She wants to see if you'll chase her, if you'll crumble, if you'll break before she does. But when you respond with calmness, control, and inner peace, you destroy her ego in ways that words never could. Because nothing bruises the female ego more than a man who refuses to be emotionally controlled. Today, I'll show you exactly how to do that, with 8 powerful lessons that will make her rethink everything about you. 1. Detachment is power. The moment she pulls away, most men panic. They text more, call more, beg for attention, and in doing so, they hand her all the power. But here's the truth. A woman's ego feeds on your reaction. The more emotional you become, the more validated she feels. She wants to feel irreplaceable. She wants to see that she can affect you. When she pretends she doesn't care, it's a silent test to measure your emotional control. The Stoics understood this centuries ago. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." The moment you realize her coldness is an event outside your control, you regain your power. Because detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop chasing validation. Imagine this, you used to text her every morning. Now you stop, not to play games, but because your peace matters more. She notices. She wonders what changed. And suddenly her ego starts to whisper, "Did I lose my power over him?" That's when the balance shifts. She starts to think, to feel, to doubt herself. Detachment isn't distance, it's silent dominance. When you master it, she begins to chase your attention again. 2. The power of silence. Silence is the loudest message you'll ever send. When she pulls away, she expects chaos, emotional reactions, long messages, maybe even anger. But when you respond with calm silence, you do something she didn't expect. You make her sit with her own thoughts. In modern dating, silence is rare. Most people are addicted to validation, likes, replies, attention. So when you stop feeding that loop, she starts feeling the void. Her ego tells her to stay strong, to keep ignoring you. But her emotions start whispering, "Why hasn't he reached out? Has he moved on?" That's when her mask begins to crack. Because silence forces reflection. She starts remembering the moments you shared, the way you made her feel, and the comfort she once took for granted. Suddenly, the woman who didn't care begins to replay every memory in her mind. The Stoic man doesn't use silence to manipulate. He uses it to maintain dignity. You're not ignoring her to win. You're staying silent because your energy is sacred. And the truth is, a woman's ego cannot survive prolonged silence from a man she once emotionally controlled. 3. Live like she's already gone. This is the mindset that terrifies her ego the most. When you live as if she no longer exists. Most men keep a small emotional window open, hoping she'll return. But a Stoic man closes that window completely. When you start focusing on your purpose, your gym sessions, your business, your discipline, something changes in your energy. You stop seeking and you start becoming. You're no longer orbiting around her emotions. You're building your own universe. And women feel that shift. They sense when a man is no longer emotionally available, and that scares them. Because deep down she wanted to feel like you'd always be there. But when you live like she's gone, when you're out there leveling up, she realizes she's no longer the center of your world. It's not about pretending. It's about truly accepting that you don't need her to be whole. That's the ultimate ego breaker. Because when she sees you thriving without her, not out of revenge, but peace, she begins to question her choices. Your absence becomes your greatest presence. 4. The emotional mirror. Every human being, a man or woman, secretly craves emotional control. But here's a psychological truth. People often project their emotions onto others. When a woman pretends she doesn't care, she's trying to make you feel what she's actually feeling. She's hurt, she's uncertain, but her ego demands pride, so she flips the script, acting cold so that you become the one who feels rejected. But when you don't fall for it, when you remain calm, composed, and focused, you turn that emotional mirror back toward her. Suddenly, she's forced to face the feeling she was hiding. This is where true masculine strength shows. You're not matching her mood swings. You're reflecting her hidden truth. She starts realizing, I acted like I didn't care, but he's the one who truly doesn't need me. That realization is brutal for her ego, because it breaks the illusion of control. You're not playing her game. You're changing the entire field. That's how you make her chase your peace, not your attention. 5. Indifference over emotion. The biggest mistake most men make after rejection is reacting emotionally. They vent online, complain to friends, or post quotes about heartbreak. But here's the reality. The moment you react, you've already lost. Indifference is a superpower. It's the quiet confidence that tells the world, I don't need external validation to feel complete. Women respect men who remain grounded no matter what. She expects you to break down, but when you keep showing up, improving, smiling, and living well, it shakes her deeply. Your indifference becomes a mirror to her ego, because she starts realizing that her actions didn't define your happiness, and that burns. The Stoic man doesn't need to prove he's over her. He simply is. When she sees that, her silence turns into curiosity. Her curiosity turns into doubt. And her doubt, that maybe she misjudged your worth, becomes her punishment. That's the moment her ego breaks. 6. Reclaim the masculine frame. A woman's ego thrives when she senses control over a man's emotions. But the masculine frame, calm, grounded, purpose-driven, destroys that control completely. You see, when a man holds his frame, he doesn't beg for attention or validation. He leads with strength, not desperation, and that energy forces her to respect you, even if her pride doesn't want to admit it. Think about it. When she pulls away and you chase, she feels power. But when you pull away and stand firm, she feels confusion. Reclaiming your masculine frame means returning to your natural state. Mission first, emotion second. It means you never let someone else's behavior dictate your mood. She'll sense that shift instantly. The tone of your messages, the pace of your replies, even your energy in person, it all communicates one message. I am no longer emotionally accessible to you. And when she feels that boundary, her ego collapses. Because for the first time, she realizes she can't manipulate your peace anymore. That's when attraction reignites, not from need, but from respect. 7. Let her feel the loss. Never try to convince her of your value. Make her feel it. When you stop showing up, stop texting. Stop trying, she'll feel the vacuum you leave behind. At first, she'll pretend it doesn't matter. She'll post pictures, act happy, and convince herself she's moved on. But every act of pretense has an expiration date. When the attention fades, when the validation dries up, when the new people don't fill the void, she'll start remembering you. Not because she misses your words, but because she misses the emotional stability you brought. Let her feel that loss fully. Don't rush it. Don't break the silence. Her ego needs to crumble on its own. And it only happens when she realizes you were the calm in her chaos. The man who can walk away without anger leaves the deepest mark, because peace in a world of emotional noise is the rarest currency. 8. Evolve beyond her. The final and most powerful step. Transcend her entirely. True power isn't in making her regret. It's in becoming so complete that her regret no longer matters. When you evolve beyond her emotionally, spiritually, and mentally, you enter a state where your worth is undeniable. You stop living reactively and start living authentically. You build your mind, your body, your purpose, and suddenly, you're the man she wished she never lost. But by then, you've already outgrown the need for her validation. That's the ultimate Stoic revenge, peaceful indifference born from growth. When she sees that transformation, it shatters her ego, because she realizes you were never beneath her. You were simply becoming, and that's what breaks her most, not your silence, not your distance, but your evolution. Conclusion. At the end of the day, remember this. Her pretense of not caring is never the truth. It's a mask her ego wears to protect itself, but your calmness, your detachment, your silent strength, those are the weapons that dismantle that mask. When you stop chasing, when you stop needing her validation, when you find peace in your own presence, you become the man she can't ignore. This isn't about games. It's about growth. The Stoics taught that control begins with the self. You can't break her ego by fighting it. You break it by mastering your own. So if she pretends she doesn't care, smile. Because deep down she does, and the moment you stop proving your worth, she'll start questioning hers. And with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.